Hello. Okay, let's not be obnoxious. Hi, everyone. All two of you. So, had a couple of people, literally a couple of people. Anyway, asking about the booth. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the exact very reason I needed a booth in the first place. Because we have Speed Racer out here. I went back and forth between a couple of different companies, looking different places online for which one I was ultimately going to go with. And of course, their Speed Racer goes again. I have a very busy street out that way. And I'm on the end of a cul-de-sac, so it kind of wraps around, and I can hear Speed Racer going all the way around. Obnoxious. Anyway, most professionals have their whisper room, which is great. I inquired with them, and they were super nice, super responsive. I have no complaints with how they responded to their emails or the price of the size of the booth that I wanted to look into getting. They were really nice, and I would have gone with them. However, I'll tell you the story. Since I am on the end of a cul-de-sac, they emailed back and said, we're a little worried about our truck getting down your street. So, I said, well, I've had school buses turn around on it's the cul-de-sac, but I've had school buses, I've had fire trucks. Unfortunately, the neighbor had an incident in their garage, and we had fire trucks and fire crews right in front of our house, right at the end of the cul-de-sac. What are you driving that you were afraid you can't get down a cul-de-sac? I'm afraid to ask. But if it's that big of a truck, he would have had to have parked down the street. And if you're familiar with whisper rooms, you know these things are heavy and they're in pieces. So, I mean, if that's the way they do things, that's fine. They weren't rude about it or anything. That's just how they operate, and that's fine. However, ran into this, what used to be QC ISO booth. It's now Complete ISO booth. They emailed back pretty quickly and said, hey, I noticed that you were looking around on the website for a certain size booth. I just happened to have, I guess they came back from a show or something in Vegas. Just happened to have something close to what you were looking at already put together. Well, not put together, but already, the walls already assembled and everything ready to be put together. That they would knock off a discount for. I don't know how much of the discount, but it was around $3,000 total even. Which, okay, compared to the $4,700, I think, from Whisper Room, which is standard, that was a good deal. Plus they're based in California. That's where I'm at. And he was already passing through with a delivery to LA, so he would have been able to drop it off, and he would waive the delivery fee because he was already coming my way. So, cha-ching, score. I said, okay, I will sell my soul to the devil. No, I won't go that far. I will do everything short of selling my soul to the devil to get this deal, to get this booth, because I will show you in a minute what I was considering doing, which I would be very interested if you guys tried for yourselves to see if it actually works. I will show you in a minute, so let me just show you the actual booth first. All right, so like I said, it's not very big. Ignore my ceiling fan. Shout out to the lovely folks at Earl Hall Studio. I don't know if this, it's a typical door. Whatever. I can lock myself in there if I want to. It's also very reflective, so you'll see that I have my nice, thick, horribly warm General Leia jacket here, vest thing here, to just break up a little bit of the hard surface of the door. I have other things that I was going to use to break that up, but it was here, so I used it. It's just a couple little suction cup pads, whatever. It's a very quick, cheap way of knocking off some of the reflection. Now here we go. Blink and you'll miss it. It's very small. It's like 4x3, 3x4 by 7. I'll show you the top here in a minute. Now, probably heard before, I have to sit because I have nerve damage in my foot. But I will also show you, I padded it up really extra thick because I got the coaster panel so that I could roll it if I needed to. It's still very heavy, and it was a pain in the ass to put together, I have to tell you, because we're all broken in this family. And trying to put these walls up It was very heavy. This right here is a vent hole because I actually had them add on the air ventilation, which I have to tell you I do not use because it's loud. I'll show you here in a sec. But I could use the little vent hole as the platform that I could attach my arm here for my iPad. So that actually did come in handy, but not for the reason you would think. There's my lovely CAD. Now, down here I've got everything plugged in down here through the wire hole. What you can't see, it's dark down there, but I have a power strip leading outside to my vent fans that I don't use because they're loud. I'll show you. Here's the wall here. So here's the vent fans, and they're just plugged up through the hole there that I've got the extension cord sticking out of, with a power strip with a power button so that I could turn the fans on whenever I want to, if I decided I was dying enough to need them for a few seconds, but I would not use them while recording. You will hear it. Can you hear this? There's the, I mean, you can feel the air coming out of it. It's great. I keep it closed when I don't use it, which is all the time. There's the other. But let me bring you in and shut the doors here because you can hear. You can also happen to hear somebody out there playing their music really loud. You can hear the boom, boom, boom. And Johnny Rocker is still rocking out there. See? It's very loud. I don't use them. It's great that they're there and I can use that vent hole for something completely unrelated, but not for air. I almost forgot. Said I was going to show you later. Now, here's the, I think, 1 or 2 inch pyramid foam. I've got the 4-inch wedge down along here, right about where I sit normally. Extra padding because it's on wheels, like I said. The extra padding down here. I've got with their bathroom mats, bath mats, and some foam that I had from some shipper box. I just threw down there just for some extra, because this is very hollow. You'd probably be able to hear everything past my feet. Like I would come in here and when I used to stand before I discovered I needed to sit down, just moving around, I'd hear the squeak of the floor underneath me. So it padded it up really good to kind of get rid of that hollow sound from being up on wheels off the floor. So working our way back up here. Up here is some one long chunk, well two, I stacked them on top of each other, 2 long chunks of foam that I did in kind of an arc in there, because I wedged it and just used gravity and its own edges to kind of hold itself up there. I just happened to have those and I stuck them up there, and I thought, I'll go ahead and replace them with some more of that stuff, the 4-inch there. However, I have had some sound tests done, and I haven't had any complaints about there being any boxiness, if I could speak, which I think might be the case if I wedged up some foam in there in corners like it would normally fit. So I don't know if the little rainbow arc I've got going on up there is working in my favor, but nothing seems to be broken right now. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Now, what I was going to tell you, or show you, what I was going to do with my space here, this originally, that's the closet. Voice actors usually start off in their closet anyway. What I was going to use, see this thing? It's a bookshelf. It's a metal wire bookcase, or just a shelf, a utility shelf. It's on wheels. You can't tell because I've got a bunch of junk in it. Here's more foam. You can get them at Lowe's or Home Depot, anything like that. And I was going to stuff each of these shelves with blankets or pillows. And just, stuff everything. And kind of like I've got the baskets right here, which might actually also help. I got these baskets thinking that they would help absorb, sound also in their own right. I've got a bunch of extra extra stuff in here. Got extra stuff in there. My books back there. More books back there. That's Mother's. She likes Golden Girls. Who doesn't, right? Yeah, so I was just gonna stuff a bunch of blankets, pillows, whatever in here and just make a giant pillow fort out of 3 or 4 of these and just surround my desk and make a one big cushy pillowy booth out of those things. So I've heard people talk about using PVC pipe with blankets, comforters, moving blankets, those sheet moving blankets you can get by the packages, which work, you know, as a beginning type makeshift booth for you. It's perfectly fine. Everybody starts off with something somewhere, closet, PVC, whatever. But I thought that bookshelf idea was probably the best thing that I could come up with for my space before I figured out that I was going to go ahead and get this booth. Of course, you'd have to have something over the top of you, but you know, you could get a moving blanket or more foam, like the long piece that I got stuck wedged in the top of my booth now. You can get those and just layer the top of these shelves and just enclose yourself in something like that. Trying to probably getting enough blankets or pillows to wedge in there might be a little bit pricey, but not $3,000 to $47,000 to $5,000 worth probably. So I'd be really interested to hear if anybody would be curious enough to give that a shot to see how it works. Anyway, so there's my booth and a little bit of my recording space that's full of junk right now, but you know, don't judge. So I don't know if anybody was curious enough to see it or to get any ideas for what they could do to improve your own studio space, recording space. There you go. Feel free to comment down below and let me know, and we can all brainstorm and see if we can come up with some interesting solutions to block out Speed Racer and sirens. I can hear another one right now, actually. Yeah, so let me know. Pretty sure that was an airplane or a helicopter. I think it's a crop duster, and it's coming back around for another pass. And I'm pretty sure Speed Racer's back racing it.